Okay, we should be starting here in about 5 minutes here. Hopefully everybody's watching after the game. That was probably one of the craziest NCAA tournament games I've ever seen.
Save the A roll for the show.
Right.
We're in the pre-show. Don't give away the story.
Yeah. All right, we got about 3 minutes before we're starting. All right. Okay, so, all right, we are going to go ahead and start. And hello, welcome to KSR Fans playing Star Trek Online. I am your host, Randolph Vance. With me is my sound engineer and co-host, Sam Stutler. And
Hello.
hello, Sam. And we have a special guest visiting us today in the studio, and that's our neighbor, Jimmy. And he's pretty cool. And came all the way from Mississippi. So, all right. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to our live scene here. Just a sec. Go to our studio mode. Where was it? Okay. We're going to do our bracketology update here really quickly. And I'm going to go ahead and focus in first on the East Regional here. And clearly Duke is running away with this. You can see right there, Duke is going to be in the sweep. Duke is playing University of Central Florida tomorrow, and UCF has said that Zion Williamson is not going to dunk on them. So bless their
I
hearts.
highly doubt that given the point differential in their victory.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Liberty and Virginia Tech tomorrow. Liberty pulled a massive upset. I don't know, did we call that against Mississippi State? I think we had Mississippi State winning that. So that was a loss right there. We know.
Yeah, nobody saw Liberty, but then again, nobody saw Murray the first time they got in either.
No. LSU, we know, beat Maryland, so LSU's in the Final Four. And then Michigan State plays later tonight against Minnesota. So that's the East Regional. Tonight, we have Gonzaga and Baylor. That's going to be a good game. Murray State, yeah,
Go Racers.
Go Racers, yes. Murray State with the win over Marquette. And they are going to play Florida State later today. And you got Buffalo playing Texas Tech. Florida and Michigan later today. I think Michigan, Wolverines, are going to bring the Gators season to a close, hopefully. And then swing over here to this side of the brackets. Of course, we know that. Oh, thank you for that. Okay, and we see that Kentucky just barely hangs on and wins over Wofford, and that was one of the worst officiated games I have ever seen.
For some odd reason, I think if your jersey's just a little bit darker, you get to go away with moving screens and flopping on the court.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And that locked arm call where they were just locking arms with us all down the drive, and the refs never called it. They never called it. So
that Nathan kid ought to be ashamed of himself.
Yeah.
I mean, to call him a kid is generous. I mean, he's a grown ass man. He should know better, but just not the place to do that sort of shenanigans. Go play association football if you want to flop in the middle of a game.
Yeah. Ohio State and Houston will play later today. Ohio State, I think we did call that upset over Iowa State, because
Ohio's good.
Ohio State's good, yeah. The Buckeyes, yeah. And then we go to Auburn and Kansas, and I think they play. Yeah, that's in Salt Lake City. They're playing later tonight. And then North Carolina and Washington play tomorrow. So hopefully, if Washington beats North Carolina, that'll take a lot of pressure off of us in this bracket. And then we go back up a little bit more here. Tennessee easily won over Colgate, and they're going to play Iowa. Iowa got an upset over who did Iowa play? Cincinnati. Yeah, I think, yeah. And then Purdue's going to play Villanova, Philadelphia team, UC Irvine with the 13th seed over the 4 seed win over K-State. Yeah, K-State fans are not happy about that. And finally you got Virginia and Oklahoma. So, yeah, Virginia, rule of 71 there again. So, all right. That is our bracketology update. We are going to go to the game capture here. Okay. There we go.
You gotta make it visible first. No, you got it.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, and we are in our Star Trek Online game. And I didn't even see what today's challenges are, so let's see. What are today's challenges? Okay, so I gotta complete one Borg task force operation, destroy 10 Borg ships, and do 20,000 Tetrion ground damage. Alright, that'll be an easy challenge. But let's see if we can do it randomly here. Let's see if we get a Borg TFO pop-up random. Because you get more bonuses that way for the TFOs if they're random. And did you see Augmented's stream last night where he was playing that Romulan build he's got?
Romulan build is pretty good.
My goodness. There's one ship in particular I want to get, and that's the from the Enterprise J pack. It's the Valkys Romulan heavy dreadnought. And it's basically like a movable starbase. Okay, yeah, we are going to get this done. Complete Borg and destroy in one random. Okay. All right. And we'll just launch our carrier pets. And we took advantage of the weekend being the upgrades weekend for upgrading your items. And there's a lot of my stuff that I've upgraded here. Oh. Get some healing going on that. Launch my last carrier pet. Okay. Target that nanite generator and we'll get that. Okay. And everything on the transformer now, all the weapon buffs. There we go. And resolve destroyed Borg ships just like that. Okay. I guess those nanite transformers, the nanite generators must have counted as ships for some reason. Okay.
Yeah, I think if it's Borg and you blow it up, it counts.
Mm-hmm. I know the gateway counts as a dreadnought. And I think because it counts as a dreadnought because it's spawning out ships. It's a dreadnought. That actually makes kind of a little weird sense on that. Uh-oh. No. Stay alive. Stay alive, please. There we go. Lost one of my carrier pets there. Just I'm in a tractor beam there. I was wondering why I wasn't moving.
You gotta save those evasives for the tractor beams.
Didn't do the cube any good. He was holding on to me and I was just basically punching the hell out of him.
Yeah, fix your targeting solution.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So we're already
on the nanite transformer itself. I just gotta keep wailing away before those nanite spheres get here. Okay, I think we'll get it, hopefully.
I mean, either way, you'll get the TFO.
There we go. And we got the optional. But that was some of the worst officiating I've seen. I mean, and Doug Schaus and TV Teddy Valentine weren't even a part of it. That's the weird part of this is that.
I'm almost thinking that Schaus is about more observant
Mm-hmm.
because there were some just simple footwork calls that should have been made.
Mm-hmm. On
Like there
both
was a
teams. On both teams.
yeah, there were inbound passes where feet were landing outside of the bounds of the court. Just horrible, horrible things. I'm glad that they finally started calling them when, the game started getting really hot. I think that was decent. That was keeping a nice tempo to prevent too much of a bad end for Wofford on
Mm-hmm.
their part. Because this definitely was not a bad end for either team. They played, I mean,
Oh,
the
Wofford.
the ones that
Yeah.
the ones that had scruples played well. There were a couple players on Wofford that I really, really could not stand, and watching them complain about very obvious fouls just made me not like them even more. Like at least Christian Leitner had talent.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Fletcher McGee. He has talent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, Chris Dorr. Hang on a sec. Hey.
Tell me what I said to you that pissed them off. One thing you said is that they needed jobs. You didn't say anything else. And I've got text messages to prove it. Alex, what's he at?
We're on the air. We're on the air.
Well, we're here. Let me throw up the be right back sign here. All right. Okay, I'm gonna take a moment here on this. right. I apologize for the technical issues that we were having just now, but we are back on the air and we are going to continue to play Star Trek Online. And I hope you enjoyed the little Be Right Back cards, including Auburn winning the sex tournament.
Yeah, I'll definitely do that.
Hey, how do I enter into this sex tournament?
Get drunk in a bar in Auburn. That's how you in like Flynn.
That's right. Wubba dubba lub lub. Okay, where were we headed here? Oh yeah, I gotta do some Tetrion ground damage. I think I'll just grind some Terrans, and we'll do that easily. I think, yeah, I gave Matt Jones, well, the character, the bridge officer in my game, Matt Jones, rather, a Tetrion sniper rifle. And I think I gave my Shannon the Dude bridge officer a Tetrion sniper rifle also. So that should easily get, the 20,000 Tetrion ground damage out of this, if this would load. And here we are spending more time watching a loading screen.
Hey, it's MMO time.
Yeah. Has anybody made Loading Screen the game?
Yeah, it's called Progress Quest.
Ah.
One of the first, well, actually the first incremental game.
Okay. Okay, so we are going to beam down to the Terror Dome. We're going to send in Shannon the Dude, Rachel Bailey. I'll probably throw in Matt Jones, Mrs. Tyler Thompson here. All right. And we get to watch another loading screen. Yay. Oh, did you hear that, some, I think, is he Italian or is he Russian? Or he's Argentinian. Some game developer is suing Star Trek Discovery for their including of the tardigrades.
Oh, he's Egyptian.
Egyptian, that's right. It's an Egyptian game designer. And
Fair, it is a game revolving around blue tardigrades and the protagonist character becoming one. So, yeah, I think they have very good grounds here, and it predates Discovery by we're talking. This game was made in Adventure Game Studio. That's how old it is.
Okay. Oh, and just as a little note, you note that I'm not wearing the spacesuit today. That's because I chose to use my unspent TFO accommodation markers for this little piece, the Terran Guerrilla Combat Armor Mark. It starts out as Mark 12, but I burned through some of my Phoenix upgrade tokens and just brought it up to Mark 15 on that. And I shouldn't really be doing these ground missions while I'm injured, especially where I've got cracked ribs, a muscle tear, because that just makes it harder for me, because I've got a -5 damage resistance rating, -4% melee. Yeah, you want to heal these as soon as possible, but yeah, let's just get the Tetrion quest out of the way, and we will start the target practice. Oh, close that out. Let's get that Christmas polymorph going on them. And we are slowly building up that Tetrion damage. And here comes another batch. I like that Christmas polymorph kit. What is that? That's called? That's the Collective Nightmares, and I'll explain that here in a moment. Oh, that was just real too quick. Okay. Cardassian Zabu stew and a medium power cell. Plasma split beam rifle. I can get rid of that. Okay, wave 1 complete. Let's bring in another. Alright. Right away, get that Collective Nightmares going on him. That confuses them. makes them think that, or makes them think that they've been polymorphed into like some bizarre creature like Crampiri from the Christmas event, and one of those Master has a sock, Dobbsy is free, elven type things. Here, let me see if I can get them going again. Oh, that's 21 seconds to recharge on that. Okay. And we're slowly climbing up the Tetrion damage. Oh, and I didn't even notice. Destined for more. Okay, so it is kind of like a soup, but you have to turn it on, I think. Wait a minute. Alright, Christmas polymorph. Immunity for 8 seconds. That's very handy. That could mean life or death when you're fighting those Vaudoir overseers in ground combat.
It does seem like that item was meant specifically for that metagame.
Yeah. Another collective nightmares. I love how they turn on each other when you hit them with the collective nightmares, because they're stunned and confused on that. And I'm going to be sad in April when the Foundry missions go away, because...
I mean, honestly, it was a passion project by a small part of the team that needed to get rolled into infrastructure critical parts.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say I miss it. I'm going to say that those guys are going to do an even better job on an even more important task.
Mm-hmm. And it's weird that Rockstar Games are still able to maintain their Foundry. Well, kinda.
Well, that's different. That's Enterprise. It's all Enterprise. They have their proprietary software, and since they can license out tiny chunks of it, they're really just able to, give you little bite-sized pieces, little mini engines for level designers, and that's a very good thing, because I find that having too much in terms of design clutter or design decisions definitely decreases the quality of input and the rate of input. That's for sure.
This is almost too easy.
To be fair, you do have an overpowered suit.
Yeah. And oh, that's a close-up of that ensign tactical officer. I didn't... She had that angry look on her face. Alright. Alright, we're about halfway there on the Tetrion ground challenge. Alright. Another... Yeah, we'll just get some security escorts going in here. Yeah, let's do Gauntlet. Why not? Turn on the power suit. Oh! Is enough of my team alive to help me? Probably not. No, it's just Matt Jones left. And he's down. Okay, so we gave that first run of Gauntlet a good try. Let's try this again. There's that Dobbsy elf I was telling you about. These Mirror Chiefs in Gauntlet Protocol are a little bit tough. Let's throw in the 8 seconds immunity from the suit. Don't let them hit you with the plasma grenades. There we go. That's one. There we go. This is a great way to grind out combat items for ground, but I guess that's kind of why they had to do away with this.
That's one of the few things I've noticed from my limited experience with game design is the minute you throw in a map option or a level creator, people would just cheese that to grind items. So, I mean, I'd almost say if you're going to do that, you need to make sure that whatever items you're getting out of these mobs are either tied to the level itself or ooh, what? Wow, dude.
Oh.
No, you already had a front line. You had a front line. You just need to revive.
And now it's collapsed.
Yeah, you want to get greedy, or you wanted to get greedy.
Get greedy.
Yeah, you were getting greedy on that because you were trying to send yourself into a front line when you didn't have your support ready.
Yeah, I didn't have the Methuselah. Oh.
Yeah, this guy's hitting you hard. Are we seriously just chipping this guy? Because these are pretty powerful attacks, and you walked into a plasma cloud.
Yeah, I did. I was trying to trying to revive Shannon, but it didn't work. Is enough of my team live to get me revived?
Oh, you got a front line. Oh, yeah. You got 2 on the front.
No.
Ooh. Yeah, that was surprisingly bad.
I might be able to just kind of zip in, get the collective nightmares going, stun him for a little bit. Oh, he looks kind of like something out of a franchise movie. A little kind of like a fat ow.
Yeah, you pushed.
I pushed the line
when you
too
need
far.
to hold back.
Okay, so we did get the ground. Alright, flank him. Flank him, flank him.
Nice Polish firing squad you got there.
Yeah, for real. Oh, all right. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be defeating that Mirror Chief, and he's just gonna end up giving me all kinds of injuries. So, yeah, we'll just send everybody back up to the ship, so I can head back up to space dock.
Yeah.
All right, so we will take a shortcut over to Seoul. All right, and we'll just transwarp. We are using the ISS Rick Pitino today, which lately is fine. Finally, now that it's at that you know, 5th level, I'll show you here in a second that the ship is actually finally showing its true worth. So, all right, okay. And we are running the Disruptor build here, and I've got my Nausicaan Disruptor beam array going with the Energy Torpedo, Advanced Fleet Disruptor beam arrays on the front and the back. The House Martok, I used one of the Phoenix upgrade tokens and got it up to Mark 14 on that. Unfortunately, it doesn't give any options for re-engineering the items, so it's going to be stuck on the accuracy, 360-degree arc, and then damage modifiers on that. But I did boost the Nausicaan siphon capacitor up to Mark 15. I boosted the House Martok defensive configuration console to 15. So those are gonna, you know, put an extra 23.8 disruptor damage on top of these disruptor coils that are going to add plus 30, plus 28. It's already up to the tier 5 mastery, which gives me 175 plus percent critical severity versus foes below 20% health. My stats, accuracy rating is not that good. It's a 37, but it's okay. 14.4% chance of a critical hit on a hit with the stack from the Nausicaan siphon capacitor and the disruptor beam array, where on every non-critical hit with a weapon, increase critical hit chance by 1.9%, stacks up to 10 times. So if you get 10 successful non-critical hits, then you're already at an extra 19% critical chance on that. So that brings it up to around a 40, which is really good for this. Next time I get some more upgrade tokens and dilithium for it, I'll be upgrading the Bounty Hunter's Friend and the temporarily shielded data core on that. And probably want to get that new Kara particle converter updated too. But let's head on into space dock. Oh, well, I missed it completely here. Let's just dock. And for a dreadnought now, suddenly this ship is fast. I think probably where I've got the fleet warp or impulse engines on it. So and we were watching, you know, Augmented Gaming's Romulan build yesterday, and he was able to zip here, you know, just blast everything with his cannons and his turrets, zip over, hit it again from the other side on that. All right, so let's take a moment here. We'll drop some stuff off in my bank. Looking pretty full on that, I know. Ferengi snail steak. Wonder, would they serve Ferengi snail steak at the KS Bar and Grill? Probably in a couple 100 years they will. Alright, I'm gonna discard some of this stuff here. Basically, if it's uncommon rarity or lower, don't really need it. You can just recycle it for energy credits. Okay, there we go. Vulcan spice tea, Earl Grey tea. Where did that go? That was up here. Yep, there it is, Earl Grey. And the Cardassian Zabu stew was here. There we go. Wait, did I have any more food? Yeah, I got these field rations. Yeah. And a Romulan Osel twist. Those actually, you know, sound pretty good. I bet they're like churros. You know, that would be like a really interesting treat to make, is the Romulan Osel twists. Okay, so scrap that. Scrap that plasma beam rifle. Scrap the hypo spray kit. There we go. And I'm gonna save. I'm saving some of this stuff here. The quantum torpedo, plasma cannons. Saving most of this stuff for a Romulan build that I'm gonna get to eventually on that. We'll tuck those Tetrion generators away since I'm saving that one as well. All right. And we need to heal ourselves and our ground crew. I'm gonna run up to the infirmary. Okay. We are at the infirmary. Let's treat our officers. Treat injuries. Oh, wow. Look at all these injuries here. -2 melee damage, -4 kit performance, -5, -4, -5. Wow. After a while, you know, you just get so injured that you just can't fight at all. You just get killed instantly. So there we go. We're healed. Oh, I might want to treat some officers as well here. Go back into that. Did any of my team take injuries? Matt Jones didn't take any injuries. Mrs. Tyler Thompson has some combat stress. Rachel Bailey is not injured. Shannon the Dude is not injured. And I think, did we send Kaylee in? No. Okay, so I think the rest of the team is healed. Is the ship injured? A little bit. What needs repair? Okay, I can repair that right now. I'll just use that component to repair it. There we go. Alright, so we're back at Space Dock, and we're gonna do some more random missions here. Let's just join random, see what we get. Alright. That's a costume unlock from the original motion picture on that. Okay. Alright, we got a random task force starting here. And we definitely called Louisville over Minnesota. I was seeing the tweet that Matt Jones sent out, the KSR Matt Jones, that is, sent out right after the Louisville Minnesota game, and he said that's what I get for finally believing in Louisville. And I was like, you know, you should have watched our bracketology show. We were calling Minnesota, weren't we? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, we were.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a little bit of a delay waiting on this random task force operation here, so can I refine any dilithium? No, not yet. Oh. Looks like we're headed to Borg again. Alright, so There we go. Ow. Okay.
That's some good proximity.
There we go. Keeping ourselves healed. Yeah, we got the transformer. Good. And we'll just clear this little nest of nanite spheres out before we head over to the other transformer. Nope, don't want to target the gateway. Wait, did they take out the other side of the... No. How are we taking out the gateway? I'm going to hit this thing with everything I got, because if I can kill this gateway now, yeah. Technically, you shouldn't be able to.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
It seems like this. Yeah, just keep hitting it, I guess. I mean, anti-material target's an anti-material target.
Mm-hmm. It does count as a dreadnought because it's spawning the spheres. Yeah, we're going to get the gateway done before the second transformer.
You might want to move out of the way.
Oh, it's fine. Pop. Wow. Alright, so we got to get these nanite spheres taken out. Yeah, we failed the optional, but that's weird because we've taken out the gateway, and technically you shouldn't
You even
be
have that phantom lead.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that plasma stream. It's just like connected to nothing now. We have glitched this game, and we've got it on tape to prove it.
I feel like we should have Gerard doing a Deckard Cain impersonation. No, wait, that was Willamette. Never mind. Wrong.
Yeah. Well, the good thing about the gateway being destroyed now is it can't spawn any more spheres. So we've basically nullified the gateway.
Yeah, that was
weird.
The weirdest thing I've seen.
And we've got it all on tape too. Which we could, once we get on YouTube, I can just edit out that technical glitch that we had for 25 minutes on that. But
oh, that's cool. Yeah, I would definitely take that. glad that VODs can be edited.
And we got, look at that. We didn't even,
Because you killed the gateway before it could spawn the tactical cube.
that's right. We killed the gateway and no tactical cube and what?
Yeah, that's
All right, so let's accept the reward there. Okay. That is the weirdest TFO for infected the conduit I've ever seen.
you got that special ability that's charged up and ready to go.
I know. Yeah, hit him. I mean, we should be able to do this. We've got about a minute and a half left to kill this cube. But it's just 3 of us now. two of us left as soon as they saw the bonus hit or the TFO complete. And my carrier pets are at 5 stars. They're doing really well.
This is decent pressure. I like the hustle.
We're just whittling it down. Probably when it gets to about 10%, I'm going to turn away and get at least within 2 kilometers of its detonation. There we go. Popped it with 30 seconds to spare. And with just 3 in the roll, hey, I got both items. There you go. Rolled a 66 and a 79 on those. All right. We will leave the map. I don't even think we got blown up on that.
That was a 0D run.
Getting better at this game.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of doing.
Mm-hmm.
I would almost say from a standpoint of just doing the mission itself, the KD and PvE isn't that important. It's just the hustle.
Well,
hustling to the checkpoints and making sure that you can complete the objective at the checkpoint.
Well, the universal endeavors and now the daily personal endeavors have actually got people playing the other missions again now, because now you have incentive to play them.
Yeah, I like the system. I've seen it done fairly well. I mean, first time I think I saw it and really noticed it was in Hearthstone, which if you haven't played it, is decent.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, I'm not that good at it. It's I think the power creep is set in to the point where you do have to buy the boosters. It's just not an option to play for free anymore.
No, it really
especially
isn't.
considering that you have to pay for the single player campaigns, and those are some of the more interesting parts.
Oh, it's Captain LaForge in the Dronwar mission, and this mission I found out the Pavo space mission is literally a reskin of this, except you don't get the colony luxury provisions and the colony ore provisions afterwards. So you have to take care of these 3 shield generators, Alpha, Beta, and Gamma. You got 4 satellites around each of them. So get some carrier pets going. Waiting for this to start in about 30 seconds. There's a JJ Trek Enterprise up there. I don't know.
The sails are too close together.
And too fat.
I wouldn't care about that. I mean, they kind of look like a modified jet turbine engine from today, so I like the practical inspiration. It's just ideally on a frame, you want those things fairly well apart from each other.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, the rumble can cause acoustic interference and shred your craft pretty quickly. But that's in real life. It can take a lot of poetic license with this stuff in make believe land.
Yeah. And I think Star Trek Discovery is finally starting to, come back to its original roots, and it's being more like, TOS and less like JJ Trek. Finally.
I just wondered, what kind of milestone they were trying to set with that, because it's just like we've already had a female captain, we've already had a black captain, so I don't.
You had a black captain in Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. Remember?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of people, a lot of diversity. I mean, that's kind of been a theme of the series.
And you know what? You actually had the original TOS episode Court Martial, where Kirk is on trial for the death of a crewman, and you had a black Commodore. So you had African Americans at that time in much higher positions than just captain.
Probably would have been more like Federation. After that point, I guess, yeah, some of the political divisions still remain, but in general, it'd just be Federation. Like at that point, like Asian American or African American or Black Britain or anything like that, I don't think it would have as much meaning or as much currency throughout the universe.
He's called human now. They're called humans. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just like we all are.
Mm-hmm. Let's head over here.
I'm liking the defense on this. It seems like everybody's got roughly the position to go. I'm just wondering what's causing these wavy bands in space, because usually that's ionic discharge from contact with an atmosphere.
Aurora Borealis.
Yep. Which I'm sad that we're not going to see, because it only touches at least the line of visibility only touches a little tiny sliver of Colorado.
That's actually something that I saw in one of those Curious Droid videos on YouTube, where he was talking about why the United States and the Soviet Union were doing atmospheric testing of nuclear weapons. And the reason was that they were trying to create an artificial aurora borealis, one that would be so thick that it would fry the electronic components of incoming ballistic missiles. So you would have basically a ionic shield that's, encircling the Earth and keeping ballistic missiles from hitting us.
Thank goodness for solar flares, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
If it weren't for solar flares, all that machinery would still be up and running. And we'd still be so stupid that we wouldn't realize that we're discharging heavy metals and radiation into the atmosphere and potentially costing people millions of dollars out of their own pocket. It's a weird thing. These state actors have all this infrastructure and they're like, what's something we can do? What's something we can do? I've got an idea. Let's take all this fancy space infrastructure and blow it up real good.
Mm-hmm.
And that thankfully didn't happen until the solar flare, because Mother Nature was just like, hey, you think you got this covered? Watch.
Yep.
And all the infrastructure and electronics at the time just vanished in a puff of smoke.
Yeah, one of the first nuclear tests on that was disabled electronics from Hawaii to Sydney.
Yeah. There were those little tiny localized areas. And that's the thing. Even with our strongest weapons, that's it. That's all we can do. And then you look at the sun, something that's been doing nuclear fusion successfully for billions of years. And yeah, We're just not there yet. We're like 1/1000th of the power of one solar discharge or one solar flare.
Mm-hmm. It proved it was an Italian scientist who theorized that you could create artificial aurora borealis, and they chose specific detonation altitudes for it at specific areas where they calculated the magnetic field of the Earth would carry those particles, and it worked. The particles behaved like they thought they would, but in terms of practicality as a missile shield, there was just nowhere near the amount of power. You would have to detonate something like 1,000 Tsar bombas a day into the atmosphere just to make any kind of a shield that would be that would do anything, right?
Yeah, that's the main thing that always got to me about the idea of a artificial aurora borealis as a missile defense system, is because aurora borealises are caused by a
Radiation.
very,
By
I mean,
radiation.
not just high radiation, the interaction between the Van Allen belts and the not the uh, okay, the ionosphere. So we got the interaction of the Van Allen belts with the ionosphere with the sun, and essentially all that is driving the aurora borealis by providing the necessary energy for ions to form, and then the ions discharge that electromagnetic energy as visible radiation. So you know uh they can also do a lot more than that. Like, there's a reason why we study those belts the way that we do. It's because they're deadly for astronauts, but they're essential to our survival.
Hey, you know what? Speaking of belts, we're an hour and a half into this, and we didn't even talk about your shot at a belt. We're not even talking about that yet. So, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are not aware, Mr. Sam Stutler
Well, it's
is.
not a shot at a belt. It's not a title belt. It's
Well, no,
it's a
I mean,
debut.
it's your path to the belt. Your path.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would like a strap, at least one,
Mm-hmm.
maybe two.
Yeah. And well, for those of you who are not aware, Mr. Sam Stutler will be in a cage match on April the 27th in Denver. An actual sanctioned cage match.
I'm gonna do sanctioned bouts from here
Mm-hmm.
on. I can't afford to do freebies.
Yeah. Can't. Why drink the milk when you're giving the cow away?
Yeah, I'm gonna be buying a lot of cattle, starting up a farm.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna milk the money out of the teats.
Just as a reminder, you are watching KSR Fans playing Star Trek Online, and I'm your host, Randolph Vance, and we have Sam Stutler with us doing sound. And we are just doing some random task force operations here. And basically, we're going to do this, and then we'll show you the reskin of the Pavo space mission that this is. It's near identical. Heal. Heal, heal.
That's some pretty good offensive hustle.
Yeah,
Got the stop there.
yeah. Hey, we shut down Fletcher Riley today. That was, I mean, we watched.
Speaking of which, you just got a guaranteed kill.
Yep.
But yeah, Fletcher should have had a better game. I'm not gonna lie. They're playing some really good ball. There's times, especially in the first half, when I thought we weren't gonna make it. But I wanted to make sure, and it was a real barn burner. Great game by both sides. Wofford was a great.
Oh.
They had a great demonstration aside from a couple of players that I didn't think were playing so to speak.
We hit the shots that we needed to when we needed to.
Well, that's the thing. We started out making a lot of sloppy shots. We were thinking, oh, this is Wofford. This is their first time to the round of 32. We're not going to have to worry about much. And they rallied in the first, I want to say, 2 minutes. And it was just fire. It was pure determination. I mean, ultimately, they gassed themselves out trying to keep that much forward momentum going. And but I don't think they did too poorly, especially on the shots. Those threes, they hit more than we did. We just happened to get back into the fundamentals, which is where you need to be. If you have that sort of problem with your offense, you got to go compensate on the defense, obviously. But Wofford gave us
Fits.
very little to work with in terms of mistakes or openings, and just great at keeping that ball coverage. I'll be honest, Terriers were doing all right. We need to learn from this game going forward. But I think Kentucky is ready for it. They know how to pace themselves now. They understand that, yeah, sometimes you're going to take a few early shots. It's not going to go well. Your opponent's going to get the assist or the rebound or whatever. And that's ball game. That's just how you play the ball. But what I liked was the little bit of officiating at the 5-minute mark where the refs are finally starting to realize, hey, maybe we need to make sure that
the game's called fairly.
The game's called. Yeah.
Yeah.
It seemed like they did fudge calls because there was a shot clock violation.
There was a bunch of travels that they did not call.
Yeah, Wofford had a few travels. I didn't like that.
And then that.
I thought they otherwise played a fairly good. Oh yeah, and the linked arms. That was.
How can you say you've been calling that all year through the regular season, and then when it comes time for the NCAA tournament in a big important game to determine who goes to the Sweet 16, you don't call it? What's the logic?
I really don't know, because other than that play when they got really sloppy, I thought Wofford had some pretty good defense. They didn't need to resort to that kind of, rank amateur stuff. They didn't need to resort to half court ball, like pickup game sort of plays. And that's the kind of thing where people are just slamming balls in your face. That's the level or the caliber of play there.
Hey, we got a rare reward box out of that. Okay.
It's just not, to me, where Wofford needs to be next year.
Oh, and they'll be in the tournament next year.
I know they'll be in the tournament next year. That they had some good ball. I think they had some questionable players out there, but in general, they played some good ball. Luma, I'm going to be honest, I thought he jeopardized Wofford more than Hooper did.
With his fouls. Yeah, he did.
He was just getting too greedy on it. And it was really obvious that he didn't quite feel comfortable playing at that level, because there were a lot of things that people don't even do at that level of play that he was doing repeatedly and barely getting called on it.
Desperation. It's kind of desperation at that point. Once they're down by 6 and they've got less than 2 minutes to go, they're going to start doing all kinds of desperation moves, and that means taking a 3 shot when you're not open for it. That'll mean committing stupid fouls on that, and Yeah, they shot themselves in the foot in the last 2 minutes, and I was I was really kind of worried. I thought that Wofford could had the potential to like beat us by 10 points because of how. Oh, hi Daniels. Okay, huh? Is it me or is his face kind of like narrower now? But okay. Uh, so
That's a weird thing. Is it's just throughout that game, especially in the first half, they had really solid control.
hmm
They had great offense. They had great defense. They weren't letting us get away with anything. And at that second half comes round,
it was a it was
it's
a different Wofford.
it was a gassed Wofford. They didn't conserve themselves. They shot their load too early. They
hmm
kicked too early. I guess if you want to use a more appropriate sports analogy.
Well, Fletcher kicked the ball and caused a foul, so that was one of his fouls. Was literally kicking the ball.
Yeah, I didn't get Fletcher. Like I could understand Hooper. Uh, I mean, I didn't like the fact that he flopped, and we're gonna call it a fact because at the end of the day, the only contact I saw was palm on palm. There wasn't a knee going into a knee or anything like that. And he made it like somebody had driven into him, like they had charged into him, and it was just it
And
wasn't there. It wasn't there.
it was an Academy Award-winning performance.
He needs to work on less on his acting and more on his fundamentals. Because not only was it a bad flop, like really cheating it flop, but he wasn't even in the right area. Like you saw the places where he went hot, and it was pretty much at I want to say 75 to 85% or 85 degrees from the basket. Like it was a slight tilt
He was
on
behind the
those
backboard.
threes.
He was behind the backboard and trying to shoot his three, and he missed. No, that was Hero. Tyler Hero did that.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did have a lot of weird glancing threes that I don't know why people try to shoot threes from the side. You need that backboard. I mean, there's just no way around it. If you're going to try that, fine. I get that a lot of people don't guard the corner, but the angle is all wrong. Unless you are really, really sure of how far you got your wrist and your arm cocked back, ball to the hoop, it's not in the cards. It's more times than not, and substantially more times than not, going to rim out.
Because if you're shooting it from behind the backboard, you have to throw it over the backboard, and that's not easy to do. So you have to calculate in your throw, the amount of energy you're going to need to put into it, the angle that you're going to launch it at, and 9 times out of 10, it's going to hit.
Well, if anything, it's more how much tension can you put in the arm and release? Because tension in the arc, so your biceps are providing that that momentum, that impulse, if you will, and the wrist is guiding the ball along the trajectory. So you're basically doing basic ballistics in your head, trying to figure out how to get from the side. Whereas from the front, all you have to do is spot it, get your arm back like you normally do, get the offhand supporting the ball, and just roll. You just roll your wrist, you know, pop out that bicep a little bit, and it goes fairly straight into the hoop. I mean, Hooper was doing it. Trying to think who else on Wofford got those really tight threes.
Not many, but
Yeah, it was all short. It was all the short white kids.
yeah.
It's kind of weird because they had a guy. I was kind of like, hey, they got Steve Nash. and he barely even tried layups, even though that's Steve Nash's thing, is getting inside the guard, getting under the defensive players and just laying it up. Occasionally Euro stepping it, even, which I'm surprised didn't get used that much. There was like one that Wofford did, or it might have been on our side. I don't remember. I just remember that it was a very tense game, and that late lead change towards Kentucky. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. That really saved the game for me.
The 10-2 run that we went on at the end of the first half.
That was good. That made me feel like we had a chance.
Yeah.
Because I gotta admit, letting those shots get anywhere near the percentage that they did from Wofford's side means that we got to tighten up defensively. We got to figure out what it is that the next team does like Wofford does. Because they were doing that in their last match too.
I think we're going to probably play Houston in the Sweet 16.
I would love to see it.
Yep.
I mean, they got
the duel of the
Houston have?
logos.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's always tough. Like just trying to play against twins or dual players, a matched pair, if you will.
Well, a team that you blatantly copied their logo.
Oh, that too.
Yeah.
We're going to see how well they do on originality in the paint. That's for sure.
Who will win, Sideways H or Sideways Y?
I think that Sideways Y will win.
I think Sideways Y will win too.
And I have to imagine that as they're going back to South Carolina, that hopefully someone is smartening up a couple of players.
Wait, what is
that? Was I gotta admit, Aluma's second half. That's like my anti VIP or MVP, because that was just wow. I mean, Hero to me was man of the match. Aluma was the opposite of that. Aluma had so many technicals and so many mistakes that he fouled out before he could even get going, really.
Yeah.
Which you have to I feel for him, man. I know that feel. I was that defensive kind of slow player for my side when we did intramural, and that was disappointing to be not quite up to the caliber of the game to get that top prize. I mean, we scored second, so we didn't do that bad, but it really was not my proudest moment in that, and I'm guessing it wasn't Aluma's either.
Hey, your proudest moment's coming up on April the 27th.
Yep, that is coming through.
And my carrier pets are doing really well. Yep. Go on an attack run. Hey, what's up? Doing good? Huh? No, she left. We don't know. So yeah, we'll be good here. I don't think we'll need to take a pause or anything. All right. Shutting down these time portals.
Yeah, how? Oh, wow. Not even really getting that far. Oh, you're way off base here.
We got some time here. We can. There we go. Another Emperor's lockbox. Uh-oh.
You had a time portal close back there.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
That's an interesting little sticky wicket you got yourself in.
We still got 2 minutes, and I think we got about 4 more portals after this.
Yeah, you just need to
Not be in combat.
get that line tighten up. Yeah, and don't get hit.
Okay, I think they closed it. Yeah.
All right, that's down. Four more. Am I citing that correctly? Oh, 3. You got people that are far away who are doing some really good cleanup.
Plus, also, we're keeping the Enterprise J alive.
Yeah, I mean, you do need to keep that whole integrity going.
Oh, not just for me, but for the J. So, you know, I would have actually wanted to see, CBS All Access do the Star Trek, be about the Enterprise J and Daniels. I mean, you had a unique opportunity on that to do a spin-off of Star Trek Enterprise, because everything would have been set in like the 27th century.
Oh, yeah, once they get done with the series, I mean, it's unless people want to come back, it's pretty hard to negotiate them to come back.
Michael Dorn wanted to come back.
To be fair, fighter jet fuel is expensive. Expensive hobbies, man. Of course, he's going to come back to the acting game.
Was he in the Chips movie? I don't think he was.
No, he was in the Air Force, Blue Angels.
No, he was on the show Chips.
I just know the story about how he got the Worf part.
Oh yeah.
My favorite story is someone just sitting there in the casting room while everybody's doing their reads and getting out and getting back in, and he's just standing there at parade rest for 45 minutes. To be fair, it's easier to stand at parade rest for 45 minutes than to stand at attention for 45. So
No audio. Check your audio, Sam. All right, Sam's gonna restart here.
it still says I'm in.
Oh yeah, I heard you now.
Wait.
Now I heard you.
Okay, so it was just stuck.
Oh, now it's cutting out again.
Yeah, and it's doing this weird thing where it's wanting to hang for.
All right, there we go. We got all the portals shut down. Clearing out that Damosh destroyer. Or battleship. Oh, there he is. That was a weird ghosting effect. All right. What's wrong with your face? So, 2% health. All right. All right. I think we got some shield damage I'll have to repair, but hey, what's some other scores going on right now?
Oh, I'm
You know
just
what?
in here. Yeah.
Here,
Sorry.
you look them up on the iPad.
No, you got it. You got it.
Oh. Oh, all right. Oh, I didn't need to go to the bank. I need to. I'll repair that damage. Let's do another random. Slowly building up a supply of these boxes here for the very rare random completion, rare, uncommon, and common. I'll save those for the what's in the box episode, which is going to be big. I only hope that they top out at 40 now. Okay. Just get rid of some of this stuff. Alright, Azure Nebula. Oh, this is going to be the Tholian rescue. Okay. Alright. Let's get you in our fleet, McLovin. There we go. Guy, no, can't follow him. Follow. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not a Corsair. I don't know why you're trying to route and flank or flank and route. Yeah, it's about where you need to be, I guess. Looks good. Looks good. Oh, never mind. Oh, wow, you are way behind. Hey, you're getting hit. I mean, don't try to target unless you're not getting hit.
There we go.
This is looking pretty good. compared to how this mission usually goes.
Mm-hmm. When people have a plan, this mission goes great. When they don't,
You had one left.
I know. I think there we go. Bye-bye, Delon Warbird. Alright, so where are we swinging around here? We're swinging around for rescuing another Delon Warbird. How many more ships we gotta rescue? Okay, so we got a couple of minutes here, hopefully. There we go. I think we got that. Let's get over here and do this 3-level ship.
We've already got one of those. You get a fight. Oh, I see. I see why now.
Oh.
Snared.
Yep, walked right into the trap.
That's why you gotta find your battle buddy. Always find your battle buddy.
That's right. Alright. So we still have 30 seconds left. We gotta get at least one more ship. I think everyone headed to this 5. No, didn't get the
Decent
optional.
try on the optional. That's why I was stressing that you need to go for the 5-pointer.
Yep. Let's back up. Try that again. Alright, so where did everybody go?
And just find the big sign with the 5 on it. That'll probably tell you. No, wait, they got that one.
Oh, they're headed over here for this 3.
Yeah, just remember, try not to vanguard and your big slow ship. If anything, you want to be on support. Second line. Yeah, let that small fast one get in front.
Yeah, slowly turn around. Yep, everybody's headed towards this 3.
You gotta get the other one. Like you gotta get the oh, Never mind. 10 point. Yeah, you need to get 2 fivers.
You're thinking on fourth map.
One more tractor beam. Where's everybody going?
Yeah, take a 5 on the next one.
Yeah, we'll have to.
What you got going on over there?
A 2 and a 1, and it looks like everybody's headed to the 2.
Ouch. That's a beggar's banquet right there.
Yeah. What I like is if you're surrounded by a Tholian web like that, like the Tesseract, then you can just hit it with a beam fire at will, and you just, you know, take out the entire Tesseract.
Yeah, it's basically a move built around a meta. It's weird.
Yay, another Delon Warbird is escaping. Alright. Let's barge our way through here.
Yeah, you gotta run on it.
One more
Two.
shoe. And we're probably not going to get this optional either.
You can get it if you get that Tesseract out of the way.
Yeah.
Decent attempt, though.
Mm-hmm. No, still failed. But Tillis Warbird is escaping. There's everybody. Just skirting that edge of the map there. Ah, they're over over here. Full speed ahead. That's it. I think
That points rush was brutal. Not even I couldn't even figure that one out.
yeah.
Let's just hope that UK has more hustle than you did in that.
I think they better, because otherwise, if UK's napping, Houston, yeah.
They can sit back a little bit, like we saw on Wofford. Not that I'm saying that they should. No one should ever be caught napping on the court. But you can learn a lot by a team by having them score on you in the first few seconds of the game. That way, it's less pressure. It's less pressure, I guess would be a good way of putting it.
Mm-hmm. That's another random.
I'm really glad that we could actually read that offensive strategy. I'm just hoping that the next chance we need, we can actually take a few. We can take fewer punches and get smartened up in a shorter amount of time.
Oh yeah.
Because it took us a while to get smartened up.
Uh-oh. One moment. Right. Why you crash like this? Why you crash? Ooh, Tarok Nor assault. Okay. Just beamed right in the middle of a firefight. I better turn on my power suit. Take care. Nope.
This is a pretty good charge you got going here.
Oh yeah. You made a dinosaur. Morty, you made a dinosaur. I leave you alone for 5 seconds and you made a dinosaur. What am I going to do with you,
Don't
Morty?
do that. Justin Roiland's on here, dude. He's already doing that bit. I mean, I only do it in private because I like doing really weird voices. But yeah, I wouldn't step on someone else's gimmick, especially when they're on the exact same site that is you, and with more viewers and subscribers and all that fun stuff.
But there's a dinosaur.
Oh no, Morty!
Oh jeez,
Oh no! Oh jeez! Oh jeez, Rick! I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I can't keep characters straight to save my life. I like doing voices. I can't do characters.
He's a cute little dinosaur. He's got that nice little tail whip.
I don't want to shoot him, Rick.
Morty, you gotta shoot your dinosaur sometime. I mean,
Apologies to Justin Roiland. I am so sorry. You do it so much better than we do. We could ever hope to do.
I don't know. He's done some really, really dark cartoons, and I'm not just talking about the Back to the Future parody that he did. There's one where one of the early prototypes for King Jellybean is basically cutting the face off of kids.
Well, King Jellybean's a pederast, so
No, well, technically they explained it that he liked it when people would lick him and get the sugar rush, and he would get a rush from people licking him, and the person licking him gets the sugar rush from licking King Jellybean. So it just seems kind of like really creepy that the way that King Jellybean tries to assault Morty in the giant the hole in the step pub that was on their way down from the giant court.
yeah. It's just kind of like I saw that and I was like, yep.
We know where this is going. Yep.
Just gotta remember to find the nearest heavy blunt instrument and aim for the face.
Mm-hmm.
Pro tip for you, you people might be stuck in that situation. Not that I ever hope you are, but yeah, just find the nearest blunt, heavy object and aim for the face.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, I'm not gonna be able to do that. So that's good. I like that this is gonna be completely fair. But I'll get into that later on my stream. Obviously, once I figure out how I'm gonna cut the promo.
Oh, as soon as I get that promo code, I'm pimping it out on my stream too.
I'm gonna cut a promos and talk trash on my opponent, make myself look good, that sort of thing. I mean, yeah. I mean, I only get paid off of that, so it's gonna be a lot of salesmanship. But in general, you want to make everything feel organic. You want to bring the heat the way that you can bring the heat, and hopefully I can angle my opponent as a face. Because heat sells tickets.
You need it.
Well, I don't need it. Needing and marketing are antithetical to each other. Technically speaking, I am thankful for this opportunity. It's a great thing. I don't know where I would be without it. But in general, you don't want to give customers the impression that you need much of anything. I mean, I suppose I do need their support in order to continue in my vocation. But in general, I'd like to keep things fairly voluntary. It's not necessary for the audience to do so. I mean, please do if you can support, but it's not necessary. I mean, I would like to bring a really, I'm confident I can bring an A-notch or A-level product at in the cage, but at the same time, it's kind of a toss up, considering that's a debut. This could just go either way. Nobody in this, including myself, is established, so that's where I'm taking my time to craft the experience, make sure that the audience knows who I am, has some idea of who my opponent is. I mean, we're trying to work that, but I have very little to go on because this is a debut match. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say that I have history I don't have. It's my record is love, then that's my record. And if I gotta wear the really goofy looking safety equipment in order to do this safely with my opponent, that's just what's got to be done. But we'll get to a place where the padding doesn't get too much in the way of the action pretty soon, like within at least 5 matches, if a little bit more.
Yeah, I actually want to see that match, but I know it's going to be on pay-per-view. That's the weird thing. You've made it on pay-per-view now.
Well, technically speaking, all their events are done through pay-per-view on their site. So, yeah. To be fair, the streaming technology is so, I don't know, intuitive, accessible, however you want to put it. Streaming has become the great equalizer in terms of media. Just getting your voice out there, opinions, media, or advertisements. I mean, not gonna try to skirt advertising rules, obviously. I do need to mention my personal involvement and that sort of thing, full disclosure. But it's gonna be really weird road to my debut, that's for sure. But more to the matter of fact, you are just cleaning house right now.
Yeah. Just as long as I stay out of the path of the boom booms. Oh, get that suit going.
I gotta say, Destined for More is starting to turn into a real decider here.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's right. We got to do the gravitic plates on her. Okay. So, let's see if I can get that plate activated. All right, that's one.
Yeah, stop worrying about rolling that smoke and just get on the objective.
Oh yeah? Well, did the paw raced, warn you that I was going to be charging these plates? Come on.
Yeah. I mean, you can. Oh, there you go. Found a target.
All right, wait a minute. Oh, that's right. I didn't have my Lirpa. Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna do all right. You just gotta work on it. Oh, nice stuff.
Ooh. Here, let's give Lita a new look. There, I think she looks better that way.
You're in the damage radius, dude.
I know. Aha.
Doesn't look like you're chipping her any.
Not really.
Well, if you ain't getting points on the board, find out where you can.
I think this is probably the point where she just basically gives up and says, "You've not seen the last of me." Like, you can't really kill her because she's not meant to be killed. So that's why you see, like, you know, all kinds of critical attacks that are hitting her, but just not doing anything. Well,
Radius check.
there we go. We're getting her. Yep. Why is she wearing like a early 2000s like sports MP3 player or something on her hip? Yep. Bye bye, Lita. And what do we get out of that? Ooh, ultra rare. An ultra rare box. Okay. Alright. We are back. Did I take some injuries? I think I did. We'll run up to the infirmary. And as a reminder, you are watching KSR Fans playing Star Trek Online. And I'm your host, Randolph Vance, and we have Sam Stutler with us. And we're just doing some random TFOs in Star Trek Online. Get another one going here.
Yeah, it's almost about time for dinner here.
Yeah. Let me swap that. There we go. Ultra rare, 210 marks, 2100 to lithium ore. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, so put that there. Get rid of this stuff. Oh. Yeah, Starbase 1. Okay, well. There we go. Okay. Clear out these Klingon birds of prey. And if you would like to join us on our stream, you can follow the link to the Discord right here. You can also go to our Twitter. Mine is at GovRocknar. Sam's is D4Bard. And you can congratulate him on his upcoming fight. A little over a month from now, right?
Yeah, it's a little over a month.
Yeah. And it's on a Saturday. I know it's on the 27th.
Saturday night's alright. He's alright for fighting, you know?
Mm-hmm. Get a little action in.
Action. But we'll talk about, you know, location when we cut the promo on my stream at That Fight Nerd, which is also hosting this.
Yeah, and man, if there was a way that we could stream the pay-per-view through Twitch, but no. Oh well. Well,
yeah, Sparta gets all broadcasting rights. I'm just here to sell tickets.
Yeah, I got a point. Yeah, so.
I just want to make absolutely clear that we're trying to keep the money with the business. We're trying to protect the business. We're not trying to encourage people to go outside the business.
Now, will you be able to broadcast it afterwards, like, you know, tape delayed?
No, I might get a work for print on my fight, but that's about it.
Ah, okay. You could post. You could post that to YouTube.
No, I do not own the rights to a work for.
Oh.
I mean, I suppose if I nattered at them enough, I could probably cheese them for the rights on the. Nah, not even then. They would have lawyers so far up inside me that I wouldn't be able to, you know, go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I mean, let me put it this way. If there were a way to make sure that you don't get in the business, I think you just described pretty much everything that you could do to not get in the business, besides not show up or not turn in your blood work under, you know, proper pretense. I don't really know what happened with that whole thing in Tennessee, but I know it's not going to happen in Colorado.
No, you are not going to pull a Tonka saw on this.
I'm not. I'm definitely not. This is my time because I'm not a professional wrestler. I fight. That's what I do. I wish I had something like that where I could go, hey, I can get eyes on me pretty easily, and then go about do something else. In fact, that's troll marketing. But, you know, in general, I try to keep it pretty close to the cuff. I mean, I will get a little bit higher energy on my own stream because obviously that's what sells. Here's like a nice relaxing place to be. Just getting out there and watching you blow up all the stuff.
And in other news this week, oh, oh no, I mean it's launched another ship now.
There you go. You almost got it.
Hey, USS Laugh at It.
I'm just wondering who names their ship after a general.
Now, in other news, the Mueller report collapsed like a wet taco in the Democrats' face.
Well, hold on, I'm not seeing your blip. Check your mic.
Check, check.
Not coming in.
Okay.
Are you maybe like angling it a little too far away? Because I know I angle mine a little close.
Try now. How about now?
I'm still not seeing. Still says you're in the room though.
Did you mute me?
No, you are not muted, and I don't think I have the proper authority to mute you, even if I wanted to, which wouldn't be good for on my.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to pull a JF on Andy.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what exactly is going on here. Let me just get into the rat's nest. Be right. Oh, I had you deafened. Never mind.
Oops.
Try again.
Oops.
That was a pepcac.
You're fine. So anyway, yeah, the Mueller report collapsed in the Democrats' face like a wet taco.
That's what they get for believing in conspiracy theories.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I get that term is, it's coined by the CIA to get people off their trail, but seriously, in this case, it was just the most laughable pretext for an investigation I have heard of.
It's the last gasp of Hillary Clinton, basically, because that was the only hope that her followers had of,
And now apparently there's something on the radar about her and Ukraine. I have only seen it on the chatter like maybe once or twice, so I'd have to really jog my memory to remember.
And then that story that we saw earlier about Nancy Pelosi. Oh.
I think that she doesn't realize what she's just done,
Mm-hmm.
which is going to be really funny to watch her chase all the money and new blood out of the party. I've wanted to see this for a long time, not from an accelerationist standpoint, but kind of more in the opposite, really, because I don't think the Dems have a solid grasp on what they want. They just want a virtue signal.
And
So
not count to 270.
yeah, that's another thing that worries me is like, oh, we don't like federalism because it made us lose. It's like, don't. Why are you even trying to scapegoat the very mechanism that was set forth in the Federalist Papers as, the balance between the states and the federal government? Why? Like, I mean, Elizabeth Warren just outright said it. We want to do popular vote. No, we're not a unitary parliamentary democracy. We are a federal democratic republic. And that has a few different rules. This whole idea that, oh, we should do this thing because it will simply allow our policies to thrive no matter how many people it hurts, is ultimately why I can never vote Democrat ever again. I might agree with the Democrat. I mean, to tell you the truth, there are a handful that still got their heads bolted on straight.
But none of them are running for Congress.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, at least like, let's say one of them is running for president. Because
Bernie? No.
nah, maybe not Bernie. I mean, Bernie would. Oh no, Bernie would do really good in like a human services position, because he's kind of just a rather avuncular figure.
Probably put him in charge of HUD.
Yeah. I mean, he did have some experience tackling that issue when he was part of that Chicago group that he was in, Anti-Racism Coalition, something like that. But nah, as far as I'm concerned, the one that I'm looking at is Gabbard, because Gabbard actually gives something of a damn outside of the kayfabe or the horse race, whatever you want to call it. Like, she's willing to meet with people who, the books say she should never meet. And it's just because she doesn't want to do the horse race thing. To her, it's about people and governing people. And seeing that is pretty refreshing. I mean, that's kind of the thing that Trump wrote in on, was that he was a populist, essentially. And I think in order to survive, the Democratic Party is really going to have to find
a way to reconnect with the rural voters.
Yeah, they need to find their how do we say this? They need to find their Huey Long.
Mm-hmm. Huey Long was the governor of Louisiana. Very popular Democrat too.
I mean, he's probably closer to Andrew Yang. I mean, are we even considering Yang a serious candidate? Because as far as I'm concerned, he's just a meme for shit posting.
He's Egg McMuffin 2.0.
No, I mean, he's not an intelligence officer. Like, otherwise I'd be calling him Admiral Yang, or Lieutenant Yang, or whatever officer rank he would have achieved. But he's a civvy. He does economics, I guess. And it's just like, I kind of get it. I mean, doesn't have the edge of being a veteran, which in my mind, if you're going to beat Trump, you need to be able to beat Trump on things that he can't even do. You need to be able to go, he can't even do this. And that's the thing, is they ran someone against Trump who did even less than what Trump did. And then to see the outswell from popular voices assisting Trump, even outside of his political purview, just random people coming up to him, random celebrities like, Kim Kardashian.
Mm-hmm.
And we get, boom, prison reform. That happened during this presidency. And the Democrats have been campaigning on that for years.
And the Republicans were the ones who delivered the promise.
See, that's the thing, is it's just as long as you're willing to put in the effort as a statesman to figure out where the critical concerns are, you should ideally never lose an election. And that's the weird thing is it's just there wasn't enough concern from enough battleground states for Hillary. Like she didn't want to encourage people.
She didn't even campaign there. She just took them all for granted. It's like, well, they voted for Obama. They'll vote for me because Trump's an asshole.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, people vote for Obama because not Hillary.
She wasn't Hillary. Yeah, because Obama wasn't Hillary. Exactly. And they voted for Trump because he's not Hillary. And
yeah, nobody wants to vote for Hillary. Let's just get that clear. And nobody who's even remotely like Hillary.
No. Oh, she angered my mom. She voted. My mom voted for Bill Clinton, hated Hillary, and thought Hillary was like evil. Let's see, where are we? Gateway to Grether. Okay. Oh no, I don't want to trade. Wait a minute. There we go. We'll follow you. But if the Democrats are really at all in any way serious, they have to start campaigning in the battleground states again. They have to take this seriously. Otherwise, they're just going to be left, with their heads up their asses in 2020, and you're going to get 4 more years of Trump.
I mean, I'm not even averse to that. So, to me, it's not anything of a problem. But for the party where it wants to go and what its current leadership is doing are 2 different directions. Because you need somebody who can run on everything Trump isn't. If they can run on their veteran status, that's preferred. If they have some background in advanced economics, that's another thing that they could very easily run against Trump against, because of the fact that he is essentially just
a populist.
He's a goober with money. He's not well known for longevity in his ventures. That's what I'm getting at. If you can find somebody who can stay the distance, and that's the thing, Hillary couldn't stay the distance worth anything. Like she gassed so easily, it made people think she was like terminally ill. I remember that was a concern throughout the campaign was her health.
Mm-hmm.
And what did they do? They scapegoated everybody who brought it up. They shot the messengers. It's like you can't sit there and deny what people see with their own 2 eyes and tell them, hey, this isn't even what you're actually seeing, because that's gaslighting.
The Empress has no pantsuit.
The Empress never had a pantsuit, and yet she was able to buy the entire DNC.
Mm-hmm.
That's the ultimate detriment, is we now have something that has full-on founder effect. Like I don't care that she didn't found it. It was some guy way back in the day, back when it was still a Democratic Republican Party, or Republican Democrat Party, sorry. And right now, it's so obvious that her preferences, her strategic preferences, or her decision preferences are affecting the party negatively. Like she wants to cling to power. It's like you only get so many years. What happens to this once you're not able to maintain it? And she just wants to hold on to it like the titular patriarch in the Fall of the House of Usher. Just like, I want to hold on to it whatever the cost, even if it means sacrificing my own loved ones to irate mobs, which is what happened to Chelsea. I mean, that's one of the many things I do not like about where her vision for the party is led, is because, hey, it led to an attack on or not an attack, a verbal altercation or verbal dispute where Chelsea clearly didn't have anything mean spirited that she was saying directly to that person, but that person chose to take offense in such a way that it perfectly modeled Hillary's strategy, her divide or her wedge strategy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like you're getting your own family hurt because you're stupid. Or not hurt. I mean, she didn't have violence come against her. Done
Well,
against her.
they're hurting her family emotionally.
Yes, and,
Yeah.
and anybody who's familiar with the delicacies of pregnancy is probably like, why would you even remotely do that? That could trigger a miscarriage. I mean, there are a lot of things. You
I don't
just
think
sneeze
Hillary cares.
wrong.
Hillary doesn't care.
I mean, she should care about her how would you say, potential grand whatever you call it, grandchild. There we go. I mean, it's so weird to watch people sow wind and reap the whirlwind. And even if I don't like the person, 9 times out of 10, it's like there's usually nothing that these people have done. When ultimately when it gets repaid, it's usually repaid in the most unfair way possible. And that's why I don't like this strategy. That's why when Hillary tried adopting it, I was telling every Democrat that I could, this is insanity. Stop it now.
But they didn't want to. They didn't want to stop it. They wanted a president with a vagina, and what they ended up getting was a president with balls.
Yeah, I'm sitting here. I'm like, there are at least about 80,000 or 80 million at the most conservative estimate of, okay, so maybe not that much, maybe like 70, 60 million of a population of 320. Let's just call it 320.
62 million people elected Trump. 64 million people elected Hillary. But 62
that's better.
elected. Yeah, that's the total. That's 62 million people roughly.
I don't get why.
Your audio.
Oh,
there we go. There you go. You're better. It's frozen again. All right, give Sam a moment here. He's unfreezing his Discord app on the phone, and we're just whittling away these Baltimore Raiders.
I had to jump back in.
If Chelsea wants to live a happy life, she'll know to stay out of politics.
I mean, she can go into politics. Every person's right to go into politics. It's just that with the reputation behind her and the toxic elements that certain immediate family members have encouraged, I don't see it happen.
I don't either. I mean, she could try to run for Congress, and good luck.
Oh, dude, Congress is pretty easy. She could probably do that.
I mean, she'll pick a safe district in like New York or something to carpetbag.
That's why her mama did it.
Mm-hmm. Because they knew that she was unelectable even as dog catcher in Arkansas.
Yeah, I would not want to put anyone like that. I mean, to be fair, it wasn't so much her as everyone she married into. Like, nobody really cares about the Rodhams. Everybody cares about the Clintons and just how absolutely I don't know what to say. It's kind of this weird.
They're America's royal family.
Yeah, they are like America's royal family. I mean, you say the same about the Kennedys, or I mean, even the Bush family. Uh, but in general, yeah, yeah, they're kind of the political, I don't know, pseudo dynasty that a lot of people were brought up on, and I think a lot of people didn't like the way that the former first lady handled her particular sinecure post. And that's how you know things are going wrong, is when the first lady's sitting there steering policy. I mean, that happened during Wilson, and they had to make a constitutional amendment to make it stop.
Oh, you're thinking FDR.
No, I'm thinking Wilson after the stroke.
No,
His
that was
his
FDR.
first like
Uh,
no, it was not FDR. It was Woodrow Wilson after his second stroke. His wife essentially became shadow president. So yeah, technically speaking, we've already had a female president. It's just that she was married to the elected official that we called president at the time.
mhm.
And that's why we have a, what is it, 26th Amendment? I want to say that's the one where it's physical or mental incompetence. And
25th.
oh, 25th. We haven't even got to 26th, have we?
No, we have. We're at 28.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because I know the 27th one is for. Did we just take out the dreadnought? I guess we did. All right. The 28th is the one that. It's either the 27th or the 28th, I know, that lowers the voting age to 18.
I think that's 27th.
Yeah. Speaking of royal families, George W. Bush recorded his first hole-in-one this week.
Yeah, those are pretty difficult. I mean,
Mhm.
congratulations. I mean, even though not exactly one of my favorites, I mean, an athletic achievement is an athletic achievement. Kudos to him. I mean, I'm still aiming for my first 300, so I guess he got to his milestone before I did, but I got plenty of time to catch up, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're sitting at 20 after on this one local time,
Yeah.
so
We'll probably
maybe just
we'll probably wrap it up in about like 40 minutes or so. So.
I was thinking more around 10 or so,
Oh, okay.
because I do need to eat.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's.
I mean, if we go a little bit long on this mission, that's fine. But in general, I do need to.
Yeah. Probably need to wrap this up. So.
I mean, we're more than making up for that spot in dead air. That's for certain.
Oh.
Yeah, I like that we have a little bit of an whoa, that's an interesting
Hey,
one.
that's the Vasquez Rocks. Oh, we are in 23rd century. Let me put that there. Yep, everybody is dancing. All right, so we're going to be killing some old school Gorns in this one. Everybody's just dancing away. Okay, which way are we headed? Yeah. Oh, right away.
Went outside of fortifications and in front of the enemy line.
Oh. Oh, they're attacking from the west now. Oh, nice 1044 crit hit on that. Oh. Hmm. Ow.
Did you just walk into splash damage?
Yeah, I think I did. What's happening? All right. Hot lava burn baby. Whoa. Here, let's do that. Whee! Whoops. Okay, how are you going to shut that off?
But don't, it's a terrain hazard.
Oh, let's take the high ground on this. Yep. Aldebaran whiskey. Yes, I need that. Ow. Alright, new respawn. Where am I? Ah, I guess. Oh, that's a nice touch that they put the bamboo in here. You kick that door down, Gorn. Yay, you did it. Yeah, bust that door down. Yep. I wonder what's going to happen if they decide that that tardigrade was ripped off from that Egyptian programmer. Are they going to have, is Star Trek Online going to have to remove them from the game?
Honestly, considering the guy's small time, they're probably just gonna have to give him a writer credit and some portion of royalties.
Yeah.
And that's usually what happens is these go to arbitration. They just kind of look at the prior art that's being submitted and decide whether or not in arbitration, whether or not that's plausibly, connected, with whether through like cryptomnesia or outright plagiarism. But in general, I think whoever's going to do this or whoever's going to resolve this situation, be it the complainant or the affiant, I cannot say. It's really close. I would definitely, I would err towards the idea that these specific giant tardigrades being in this specific adventure game doesn't I mean, it doesn't seem to me like something.
Well,
Yeah.
the lawsuit is that the TV show Discovery ripped off the tardigrades, not the game itself. The game is
Well,
just putting it
I
in.
know the game. I know that it's against Paramount, not Cryptic.
CBS.
Oh,
CBS.
yeah, CBS.
Yeah. Paramount owns
Uh,
the movies.
right, right. Um, and it's the thing. It does seem in my mind like that's a very specific thing, like a very specific thematic element that was. I mean, I don't know if you could even say there was if it was excusable because it's so specific, even down to the color. Like there's a blue tardigrade in the you know, in the central plot of that game tardigrade, if I remember the name correctly. I don't rightly remember the name of the game, but I do remember that it is. I mean, it's your bog standard AGS game, but the design elements or design decisions that were made in the production of that game, it seemed to me, my uneducated opinion, they seem to be some form of prior art,
Oh.
which would make the discovery usage a derivative work. At least from where I'm looking at it, there might be additional info that I'm missing. But whenever I've heard anyone who's actually educated talk about this, like Leonard French, I've I mean, there is something of a burden that's already been met here. It just remains to be seen what comes out of arbitration, because considering that the complainant is small time, I mean, it's basically an AGS passion project that is being considered for prior art here. I can't really see CBS wanting to pursue this in court.
No.
Like as far as I can see, they're going to want to settle this for some small unspecified amount. I mean, it's going to be small compared to their wallet, but considering that this was made in free software.
Oh, look, he sank in the quicksand.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just getting... Gotta stay out of the path of these exploding grenades.
Yeah, as long as you stay out of the splash radius, you should be fine. But they are draining your shields really quick.
Yeah. Alright, call in the backup. Yeah, that plasma damage got me. Do I have anything to heal me? Probably not. Nothing. I'm out of everything. All right. It might help if I called in like a nomad drone and a Methuselah. All right, there we go. All right, stay out of the plasma. Oh.
Yeah, leg work you got, or that footwork you got to work on.
There we go. Get that collective nightmare scope.
You're pushing too deep. I think this might take a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more skill.
Yeah, I can't just go charging in like an idiot. Alright, at least I got security guards that'll draw some threat from me. There we go, we're pushing back.
Yeah, just work on that footwork. Yeah, you put yourself in the middle of a trap that had already been sprung, no less.
Nope. I'll just walk right into the middle of this plasma fire. No harm here. Maybe activate the thing now. What's a sapper, Lieutenant? I've heard the term before, like from Vietnam, but
Oh, a sapper?
yeah.
That's a combat engineer. At least if I remember correctly. My uncle was a combat engineer.
Damn, those injuries. Man. Well, just keep hacking away. And look, it's Han Solo. Han Solo, you can hardly see what they're doing.
I'm just wondering why you're only chipping on enemies with their shields down. Like the fact that you're only getting chip hits in. That's crazy. Normally you'd be stabbing people if their shields are down.
Ow. Just. Alright, so we got another rare box out of that. I'll take that. Alright.
That's a
win.
Pretty decent one.
Oh yeah, I need to go to the infirmary. I am shocked that I have so many injuries and I'm still walking. Okay. We'll just go over here, heal up, and then we'll head down to San Francisco. Yep. Thank God for socialized medicine.
I mean, all things considered, it's been a fairly decent lark. Yeah.
We'll head up here. Alright, we will beam down to Starfleet Academy. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and wrap this up here at San Francisco. It's going to take a little run through the park. Okay. We're right here. Oh. All right. So yeah, I think this is probably a good place to wrap up our stream. And yeah, this has been KSR Fans playing Star Trek Online. And I have been your host, Randolph Vance. And with me has been my sound engineer, Sam Stutler. And you will see us next week. You will find Sam Stutler on twitch.tv/thatfightnerd. Get ready for his boxing match, April 27th.
That's MMA.
MMA, yeah, MMA. Cage match. It's an
I guess
MMA.
you'd call it American rules boxing. I don't know, since boxing's British boxing.
Mm-hmm.
I guess if you wanted to go on that angle. But yeah, MMA.
Right.
So feet are allowed as his throwing, just not onto the head or neck.
Right. And you'll find Sam on twitch.tv /that fight nerd. You can find me on twitch.tv /Governor Rocknar. I am also on streamlabs.com /Randolph Vance. Send us a message on Twitter @GovRocknar or @D4Bard. And thank you all for watching KSR Fans Playing Star Trek Online. We will see you next week. And thank you for watching, and enjoy the night. Bye-bye.